Hey everybody, it's Dave and welcome to another episode of the Energon Hustlers. We're doing something slightly different today. I am playing Marvel Champions solo because Claire's not available at the moment, and yeah, I thought I'd try my hand at beating one of the villains from Mad Titan Shadow that I've yet to beat. One of the things that came with Mad Titan Shadow was Adam Warlock, and I kind of really struggled with deck building for him. You know, I played him out of the box and wasn't overly happy, and I tried my hand at doing some deck building. I just couldn't seem to get him to gel, just couldn't seem to get him to work sort of how I wanted him to. So I don't often take to the internet and look at deck lists on there, but Adam Warlock was one that I saw a deck list for by someone called Brian V, and he had this awesome looking wild Tutor Adam Warlock deck. So I've built it and we're going to give it a run today against a villain that I've not defeated. So yeah, Adam Warlock's really interesting because he's got the Avatar of Life ability in Alter Ego, and it says during deck building your deck must include an equal number of cards from all four aspects. You cannot include more than one copy of any non-Adam Warlock card. Discard a card from your hand to remove a status card from Adam Warlock is his Alter Ego action. In hero mode, he has 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. And he has the battle mage action, which is discard a card from your hand, limit once per phase. If that card is aggression, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Justice, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Protection, heal damage from an ally. And leadership, give a hero +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense this round. He has 11 hit points and 6 cards in Alter Ego and 5 cards in hero form. So yeah, he's really interesting. So I'm giving this one a bash today. It's the second time I play it, so I've kind of familiarised myself with it. So hopefully I play it better than I did in my warm-up game. So there you go. So today the villain, as you've probably seen from the cover screen, is Hela from Mad Titan Shadow. I've not beaten her yet. Tried her both sort of multiplayer and solo. Just seems to always just getting in, and we kind of always seem to get to the last scheme and side scheme, and she defeats us. But she's an interesting one anyway, because she's quite different to sort of like the more conventional villain. She is 1 scheme, 1 attack. She gets +1 scheme, +1 attack, and +2 health for each side scheme in the victory display. When Hela is defeated, if Odin is not attached to the main scheme, you win, which is pretty nifty. So this is the standard difficulty as well, I should clarify. I normally like to try and beat them on standard before I go full ham into expert mode. So the main scheme is Odin's Torment. And it says, set up, attach Odin to the main scheme, captive side face up, reveal Niflheim and Garm, and then set Yalabrew, Scourge, Hall of Nastrond, and Nidhogg aside out of play and shuffle the encounter deck. It's 18 threat to have Hela win. And in order to rescue Odin, you must make a perilous journey through hell. When Hela would be defeated, if Odin is attached to this scheme, discard each attachment from Hela and flip her to her wounded side instead. If this scheme is completed, the players lose the game. It starts with 1 threat per player, so just 1 today, and it accumulates a threat a turn. So if we do flip her to a wounded side, she goes down to 0 scheme, 0 attack. She cannot be defeated, and Force response says, after a side scheme is defeated, flip Hela to her mystic side. You cannot kill the Goddess of Death. That's quite interesting, quite similar to how the collector was in Galaxy's Most Wanted. I quite like it. It's different. It's, you know, it's a nice alternative way of having a villain work. If we manage to free him, I will get Odin, the All-Father, who's a 2 thwart, 3 attack ally. He is Asgardian captive. He's got 6 hit points. While Odin is not attached to the main scheme, he gains the first player gains control of Odin. Odin cannot have cards attached and does not count against the ally limit. If he leaves play, the players lose the game. And then we've got a side scheme and a Gribbly. So we were told to reveal Niflheim, which is a side scheme, one of the sort of main story side schemes. It's got 2 threat with hinder 1, so it's coming in with 3. Victory 2, so not really relevant today, apart from the fact it's going to leave the game if I defeat it. When defeated, the first player reveals Yellow Brew and Scourge and puts them into play. Deal each other player a face-down encounter card. It's got the acceleration icon as well, so this is actually going to go up at 2 a turn. We've got Garm, who is 1 scheme 2 attack minion with toughness. Victory again, Victory 2, so he would go to the remove from the game area if I defeat him. He engages me, and threat cannot be removed from Niflheim while he is in play. So just going to get the show on the road. I'm going to draw my opening hand and see what we've got. Interesting. Okay. I'm just going to go straight to hero form. Just going to work out what I can do here. I'm going to play a Karmic Staff. And I'm going to play, for the remaining cards in my hand, Martial Prowess. Would like to have kept some of the others, but as always, you've got to spend cards to do stuff. In fact, rather than doing that, I'm going to keep this card in my hand. I'm going to exhaust the Karmic Staff to generate a resource to play for the Martial Prowess, which leaves me 1 card in my hand. I'll plink off the Tough, I think, from Garm, and then I'm going to ready. Okay, that's pretty good. It's going to be Hela's turn. She's going to get 2 threat on the main scheme because of the acceleration icon. She is going to attack me, I think, at this point. At this point, I'm going to take Hela's attack, so it's going to be an attack for 1, 2, 3, so I go down to 8. I'm going to defend Garm's attack of 2 and take nothing from that. And then I get an encounter card. That card is a Frost Giant with toughness. No joy. Okay, and then it's back to me. First of all, I'm going to attack Karmic Staff and Martial Prowess. And I'm going to play Karmic Blast onto Garm. So deal 4 damage up to an enemy and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Deal 1 additional damage to that enemy for each different aspect discard this way. I'm not going to discard anything, so I'm just going to do the 4 damage I need to do to defeat Garm, put him in the victory display. I'm going to then play 2 for the Warlock's Cape. And that is after you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, exhaust Warlock's Cape and ready Adam Warlock, which I'm going to do here. So I'm going to discard Concussive Blow to the Battle Mage ability. I'm going to remove 2 threat from the scheme. I'm going to remove 2 threat from Niflheim. I'm going to ready Adam Warlock, and I'm going to ping off the Tough on the Frost Giant as well. And then that's my turn over. So I'm going to ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. What if you do decide to go ahead and build this deck? Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. Like it can do some really bonkers stuff. You know, if I've drawn 1 too many cards, 3, 4, 5. It can do some really crazy stuff. Righty ho, it's the villain phase. She's going to get 2 threat on here, taking this to 5. She is going to attack me. I think I'm going to defend here. Yeah, I'll defend. So Hela's attacking me for 1, 2, 3. So I take 1 to 7, and then 3 from the Frost Giant to 4. Started to become quite painful. And then I'm going to get an encounter card. It is her crown. This says attached to Hela. After she schemes, give her a face down boost card. It's +1 scheme, so it's pretty nasty. It's back to me. It's not going so great at the moment. So to start with, I'm going to go I'm going to exhaust the Karmic Star for a resource. I'm going to think fast. I'm going to take a damage. Play only if your identity has a guardian trait and confuse the villain. So I'm actually going to confuse Hela. And I'm going to play 2 resources for Mystic Senses, which is a upgrade. Hero response. After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, draw a card. I'm going to have to go and hide. I think 4, sort of being down on 3 is not very good for my character's life, lots of longevity. And I'm just going to pass the turn from there. So I'm going to ready. I'm going to draw up to 6 this time. That's a bit better. Okay, so the villain phase, she is going to get 2 threats on the main scheme. She's not going to scheme against me because she's confused, but this Frost Giant is, and it's going to take the main scheme up to 8. Which is higher than I'd like it to be, I'm not going to lie. I get an encounter card. That card is Gang Up, Gain Surge because I'm in Alter Ego. And then Lao Fei comes in. He also has Toughness, 2 scheme, 4 attack. After he attacks and damages a character, stun that character. He is vile. But we'll see if we can do something on my turn. So, first off, let's recover. Shouldn't really hopefully have to recover too much against a villain when you're Adam Warlock, because normally Soul World protects you, but this time it has not at all. I'm going to go back to hero form. I'm going to play Spiritual Meditation. I'm going to draw 2 cards, and I'm going to discard a card from my hand. Sadly, going to discard Cosmic Awareness. I'm going to exhaust the Karmic Staff to play Quantum Magic. Choose a card in your discard pile, add that card to your hand. I'm going to choose Nick Fury. This is where the shenanigans come. I'm going to play Welcome Aboard. Play only if you have the Guardian trait, max once per round, reduce the resource cost of the next ally you play this phase by 2. So I'm going to pay 2 for Nick Fury, and I'm going to draw 3 cards. And then I think I will... I'm going to exhaust Martial Prowess for a resource for an attack event. And I'm just going to do a magic attack onto the Frost Giant. I'm going to discard 4 cards. So it says play only if you have the Mystic trait, max 1 per deck. Hero action attack, choose an enemy and discard up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Deal the damage to that enemy for each card discarded. I'm going to discard 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will defeat this Frost Giant. I'm going to discard a Zone of Silence to remove 2 threat from the main scheme. I'm going to draw a card of Mystic Senses. I'm then going to use a Strength for Kalu. After he enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event, add that event to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. I need to finish doing Kalu, don't I? So these are the 5 cards. I'm going to put Tackle into my hand. I'm going to shuffle these ones back into my deck. I will plink off the Tough on Lao Fei, taking the consequential damage. And I'm going to spend 3, so Cosmic Ward, Brother Voodoo, and Pip the Troll, reluctantly getting rid of him. And I'm going to play a Tackle. I'm going to use Pip's Wild as a physical. So stun an enemy is going to be... He's got an attack of 4, he's got to get stunned. If you pay this card using a physical resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. So I did because I used the Wild. So he's going to take 3. And then I think we'll just have Nick Fury come and tickle in for 2 more, putting him to 5 of 6. Nick will take a consequential. Unfortunately, wasn't able to use my battle mage that turn, so let's ready up. I'll draw to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Finally, I think we're starting to get the pieces of the puzzle I needed. So it is the villain phase. It's 2 threat on here. So 2 threat on the main scheme. Hela's going to attack me. I'm going to defend with Nick Fury. So attacking for 1, 2. Nick's down. But we knew that would happen because that's what Nick Fury does. Laufey breaks his stun, and then my encounter card for the turn is Hela's Domain. Place a threat on the main scheme, place an additional threat on the main scheme for each side scheme in the victory display. So that is just going to be 1 threat on the main scheme, taking it to 9. Okay, back to me. Alright, first of all, I'm going to pay 1 for Deft Focus. So max 1 per player, exhaust Deft Focus, reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. So then I'm going to... I'm going to finish off Laufey with Kalu. I'm going to have a look at what I've got in my hand. Don't think I'm quite ready for Scourge yet. How much health has he got? He's got 5, so maybe 5 cards left in my deck. So I'm just, sorry viewers, I'm just trying to work out what I want to do here. So I'm going to, I do really need that in play. I need that in play. So I'm going to spend 1 for Soul World. And then I'm going to, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this to Hela. So I'm going to spend 1, so Martial Prowess to get a resource for an attack event. And then I'm going to use Deft Focus to reduce the next superpower by 1. I'm going to play a Karmic Blast onto Hela. So I'm going to deal 4 damage to her and then discard up to 4 cards from my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to shoot Hela for 6. So she's going to take 2 because for deal additional damage to that enemy for each different aspect discarded. So we had a leadership and also not leadership, but a justice and a protection there. And the thing is, I have lost the Sorcery Supreme, which I did want to get, but never mind. So Hela takes 2, 4, 5, 6, goes down to 2 health. I'm going to thwart the main scheme for 1. And then I'm going to end my turn there. So 1. So 2. I've emptied my deck, so I get an encounter card. Okay. And then it's the villain phase. She's going to get 2 threat on here, going to 10. She is going to attack me. I will defend. So still only on 6, so she's attacking me for 1. 2, I'll take nothing. There's 1 encounter card, there's the second. The first encounter card is the Queen of Hell. Hela attacks you, place a threat on each side scheme. So she's coming in for 1, 2, 3, putting me to 3. I did actually forget something when I reshuffled my deck. I should have put a soul counter onto Soul World, which I'll do now, because that's going to be very important in a minute. Right, let's hope this isn't the villain attacks you card. Oh! It is Frozen, which is attached to your identity. Attached identity cannot ready. That's disgusting. I don't like that. Spend Energy physical, discard this card. Well, at least you didn't kill me, which is one good thing, but it's now back to me. That's not nice. So first of all, I'm going to use Genius for my second Mystic Senses, which is to get the draw engine online. Then I just want to draw some cards really. So I'm going to discard Welcome Aboard to increase my hero's thwart, attack and defense by 1 this round. Doesn't really do much, but it does allow me to draw 2 cards, which is good. I'm going to go Alter Ego. And the first thing I'm going to do is discard a wild and a physical to discard the frozen. None of that nonsense. And I'm going to use Soul World. So exhaust Soul World and remove a soul counter from it. Heal all damage from your identity. So I go back to 11. That is insane. Sadly, there's nothing else I can do on my turn because there's nothing I want there at the moment. So that's my turn over. I will ready. And I will draw up to 6. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the villain phase. She's going to get 2 thrown here. She's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, putting it to 15 of 18. I do not like this. And after she schemes, give her a boost card. And then I get a card, and it is I'm still frozen. But at least I'm in Alter Ego already to get rid of that. That is not good. We definitely need to get rid of some of this threat on the scheme. Okay, 15 of 18. Let's go back to Alter Ego. Not Alter Ego. Let's go back to Adam Warlock. So I do need to deal with this nonsense here. So we're gonna do. I'll use my Karmic Staff and a Power Protection to get rid of this frozen. I will then go to Adam Warlock, hero side. I'm going to thwart the main scheme for 1. And I think we have to do this. Let's just do something else first. I just have to do this. 1, 2. I'm going to play Summoning Spell. So play only if you have the Mystic trait max 1 per deck. Discard cards from the top of your deck and 2 discard an ally. Gamora. Pretty good. Quite a few things discarded there, but you know, here's what it is. Put that ally into play under your control. So here is Gamora. She's going to thwart for 1. Not her strongest way of doing it because she's better at attacking, but she's got this awesome ability here, which is Hero Response. After Gamora attacks or thwarts, discard cards from the top of your deck to discard an event. Add it to your hand. She's going to be a drop kick. And I'm going to discard that drop kick to my Battle Mage ability to do 2 damage to an enemy, which is actually going to defeat her. But because Odin's still attached to the main scheme, she discard each attachment, so she loses her crown, and we flip her to a wounded side. A couple of other things that does is it is going to allow me to use the Warlock's Cape to ready Adam Warlock, and I'm going to draw 2 cards using Mystic Senses. Let's have a look at what is in here. Have we got the one I want in here? But that will do instead. I'm going to spend 1 to Quantum Magic. Choose a card in your discard pile, add that card to your hand. I'm going to get back the Zone of Silence because the other card I wanted is not in my discard yet, which is the Adam Warlock 41, but this will do in a pinch. Unfortunately, none of these are superpowers or attacks, so I'm just going to use the Zone of Silence. I'm going to use Cosmic War to play that. And it is going to choose a scheme, main. Discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Remove a threat from that scheme for each card discarded this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to remove 4 threat from that, so it goes to 9. Try and get some damage control here. And then I'm going to thwart it again for 1. That's my turn over. There we go. Okay, villain phase, 2 threats, so she's on 8 at the moment, so it's going to go to 10. And then she is going to attack me for whatever this boost is and another card. So she's attacking me for, I'm not going to defend, I'm on 11, so attacking for 1. I will take 1 gladly and go to 10. And then it's the encounter card. I get Night Sword, so she gains piercing, attach Night Sword to Hela. +1 attack. Piercing is annoying, but not too bad, really. It's going to be my turn. Are we ready to take on Scourge? I think that acceleration token needs to go. Right. I'm going to discard Concussive Blow to remove 2 threat from the scheme. I'm going to remove it from Yellowbrew. So when defeated, the first player reveals Yellowbrew, Scourge, and puts them into play, deal each other player encounter card. So off goes Niflheim, in comes Yellowbrew, which comes in with 4 threat. Same thing really, it's got a victory 3. And then when defeated, the first player reveals the Hall of Nastron and Nidhogg and puts them into play. Deal each other player a face-down encounter card. And then we've got Scourge, who has toughness, and all that jazz. What I am going to do before I did all that, I'm just going to quickly have a little rewind. I would thwart for 1. Just one thing we forgot to do was to use the Warlock's Cape, ready Adam Warlock, and draw 2 cards. So I'm going to do that. Okay, we are getting a better hand here. Alright, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to spend Kalu, Power of Aggression, Think Fast, Sorcery Supreme reluctantly for Nick Fury. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Reshuffle, get an encounter card. Okay, still got quite a bit we can do. I'm going to Spiritual Meditation to draw 2 cards. Then discard a card from my hand, that is better. Discard a Tackle. I'm going to plink the Tough off Scourge myself, and then Nick Fury and Gamora are both going to hit Scourge for 4. And then I'm going to discard cards from the top of my deck using Gamora until I get an event. Quantum Magic, we like that. I'm then going to spend 2 to play Cosmic Awareness. Remove 3 threat from the scheme and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Remove an additional threat from that scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. So we're going to choose the main scheme and discard 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 3 different aspects. That's 7 threat. That is incredible. for a loaded cost of 2, remove 7 threat. I haven't used my staff either, so let's do that. Maybe do that next turn, actually. I'm going to stop there. I've got a bit excited. I've been doing loads of stuff. I did reshuffle my deck as well, so we get another counter on Soul World. I don't play solo very often, and there is a lot to remember with this deck, so I'm trying my best not to make any errors. So if you do spot any, I apologise, but there is a lot going on in my brain right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. It is Hela's turn. She is going to just get 1 threat now because the acceleration icon has gone. And Nick would have a consequential, as would Gamora. She's attacked twice now. So Nick is going to defend against Hela. She's attacking for 1. Oh, she will be back to her normal side now and have 10 health because there's 2 side schemes defeated. She's attacking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Nick down. And then Scourge attacks. I will defend with Gamora to save myself the damage there. And then it's encounter cards. So I've got the 1 for running out my deck, which is the villain attacks you. I'll defend that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3. It gets +1 because of amplify. What's happened here? That's what's happened here. So 1, 2, 3 with the side scheme, 4 with the amplify. And this game's boost icons equals the number of boost icons equals the number of side schemes in which we display. So this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I block 2, I take 3 to 7. Well, that hurt a lot. And the next card is Legions of Hell. When revealed, place 2 additional threat here for each undead minion in play. If there are no undead minions, this play gains Surge. It does gain 2. It's got Crisis. There's no undead because Scourge is very much alive, so it's going to gain Surge. And I've now got my obligation regeneration cycle. So I may flip to Alter Ego. I'm not going to because I'm exhausted. Remove this. So I'm not going to do the exhaust your Alter Ego thing to remove from the game. What I'm going to do is discard the top 5 cards of my deck, and for each different aspect, I put a threat on the main screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 3 aspects, 3 threat. That's not too bad. It's 6. And it's not. It could be worse. Could have lost the game to that, and obviously early when it was on quite a high amount of threat. But we're okay. We're okay. It's going to be my turn from there. I'm going to use the Karmic Staff, and there we are. We're going to use the Magic Attack. Sorry, lots of thinking there. I'm going to play Kalu. So when you enter play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and put that event into your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put Think Fast into my hand, and these get shuffled back in. It's on a perfect fit Kalu for this deck. This goes into my hand. I'm then going to discard this to remove 2 threat from a scheme using Adam Warlock's Battle Mage. I'm going to remove the Legions of Hell. I'm going to ready Adam Warlock. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to finish off Scourge for 1 damage. And then I think what we will do is use Death Focus to reduce this by 1. This will be another 1. For Cosmic Awareness, remove 3 threat from a scheme and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Remove an additional threat from that scheme for each different aspect discarded this way. So I'm going to, it's 3, so I need at least 1. There we go. I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to remove all the threat from Yellow Brew. So it says, oh no, it doesn't go there. It says, when defeated, the first player reveals Hall of Nastron and Nidhogg and puts them into play. So let's get Hall of Nastron and Nidhogg. Hall of Nastron comes in with 5 threat, 4 plus the hinder 1, victory 4. When defeated, the first player detaches Odin from the main scheme and takes control of him. Deal each player 1 face down encounter card. So I get 1 now, whether I want to or not. And Nidhogg arrives. Nidhogg has also got toughness, 6 health, 1 scheme, 4 attack. It has overkill. That is naughty. So I'm going to plink off the tough with Karlu. One thing I need to remember is Hela's health goes up by 2 now because there's another side scheme in the victory display, so she's on 12. I'm going to use this for an attack event, and I'm going to spend another 1. I'm going to play Karmic Blast onto Nidhogg. The damage in the right place. So it's going to be 4 damage, and I'm going to discard up to 4 cards for each additional, do 1 additional damage for each different aspect. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no aspect cards there. Could have possibly gone through my discard and worked that out. But it's 4 to Nidhogg. The main scheme is on 3. Oh, sorry, not 3, 6. The main scheme's on 6. That's nice. I was having to kill Nidhogg there. Can I afford? She's got a scheme of 3. With only Karlu to defend for. In fact, Karlu could defend against that. I could defend against it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to ready here. I'm going to draw up to my hand size. So, hang on. That's my. Isn't it the way? Look at them aspect cards. 3 different aspects. Why couldn't you have all been a little bit higher? I get myself another encounter card. This is going to be a 3 encounter card turn. This is a big turn for Adam Warlock. I could go down here. It is a tricky deck to play, but it is great fun. I think it's definitely worth having a go with. Not really a lot I can do here. So Hela is going to attack me. I'm going to defend with Karlu. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this is Hela's domain, if damage from this attack defeats an ally, place 2 threat on the main scheme, which it does. So this is going to go to 8. Karlu is going to be defeated. Nidhogg's going to attack me. I'm going to defend, and I'll take 2 down to 5. I should have another soul counter. I'm so sorry. There's so much going on. Oh, look at this. The state of all this. Soul World will now have 2 counters on it. I get an encounter card. The first one of the 3 is the Villain Schemes for 1, 2, 3, just for 3. So that's 8 to 11. Next one is the Waste of Niflheim. So take 1 indirect damage, take an additional indirect damage for each side scheme in the victory display. So I'll take 3 to 2. And the Frost Giant appears as well with toughness. Disgusting. Right, let's see what we can do this round. Well, we do need to deal with some threat, and we do need to deal with Nidhogg. So I'm going to discard an aggression card to do 2 damage using Battle Mage. I'm going to kill Nidhogg. So I've discarded to Battle Mage. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to ready Adam Warlock. I'm going to plink the tough off here. Got to get that threat down. Got to get the threat down. So we use the Karmic Staff for 1. I'm going to Zone of Silence the main scheme. So discard up to 4 cards. I'm just going to discard all 4. And we're going to take this from 11 to 7. What else have we got? Going to use martial prowess for an attack and do a magic attack onto the Frost Giant. So that's choosing an enemy, discard up to 5 cards from your deck. Deal 1 damage to each to an enemy for each card. So I'm going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's the Frost Giant down. She has nearly gone through her deck though. What else can we do this turn? Going to spend 1 using the power of all of us to play Quantum Magic to get back Cosmic Awareness from my discard. So choose a card in your discard pile, add that card to your hand. Then I'm going to use this to reduce the next superpower played by 1, and the power of aggression to play Cosmic Awareness. I'm going to target. I could get rid of the Hall of Astrond here. That would give her a scheme of 1, 4, a base scheme of 4. I'm gonna risk it, I think. I'm gonna try and get rid of Hall of Nastrond. So that is gonna be 3 and 1, 2, 3. Come on, 4. So that's 4 threat from the Hall of Nastrond. So it takes it down to 1. Because, yeah, only 1 aspect card. I've got to go Alter Ego. And I'm going to use Soul World to fully heal to 11. I'm already halfway through my deck again. So that's the end of my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's, again, a bunch of aspect cards that I could have done for the other bit. But never mind. Is what it is. Okay. Hela's turn. She's going to get 1 threat on the main scheme. So 8. She is then going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 to 12. And then she's going to give me 2 encounter cards. 1 for Hall of Nastrond and 1 for normal. And an acceleration token on the main scheme. My first card is Fallen Warrior. So this says, when revealed, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an ally. Put the ally into play, engage with you with Fallen Warrior attached to it. So Brother Voodoo has become a Fallen Warrior. It says, treat the attached ally as an undead minion with a blank tech box. His scheme is equal to his thought and he does not take consequential damage. So he's got 3 hit points, 2 scheme, 1 attack. That's not the worst ally she could have resurrected. And she's now got Stalwart with her cloak. Yeah. Well, that kind of is a bit annoying, but we didn't lose, so we're happy. Let's go back to being Adam Warlock. Right, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3. Seems a bit excessive, but I just want Brother Voodoo dead in 1 shot. I'm going to confuse an enemy. If you play for this card using a physical resource, which I did, deal 3 damage to that enemy, so I'm just going to defeat Brother Voodoo. Unfortunately, mate, you've got to go. Don't want you just lurking there to annoy me. And then I'm going to thwart the last threat off the Hall of Nastrond. So when defeated, the first player detaches Odin from the main scheme and takes control of him, and then deal each player 1 face down encounter. So I get an encounter card here. Nastrond is gone. All we have to do now is do 14 damage to Hela. Because her health goes up by 2 again. I've got to be careful with here, I don't want to lose Odin. I'm going to discard the power of leadership to Battle Mage to remove 2 threat from the scheme. Draw 2 cards and ready Adam Warlock. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. I'm going to play Welcome Aboard to reduce the cost of the next ally I play by 2. So I'm going to do Power of Leadership and a Cosmic Ward to play Nick Fury and draw 3 cards. This is nuts. I'm going to spend 1 using Death Focus, and another will be Pip the Troll for Cosmic Awareness. Remove 3 threat from the scheme. Discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. I'll discard 2. So I get another encounter card, and I remove 4 threat from the main, taking it to 6. And then I'm going to shuffle my discard again. Odin's going to have to go and punish his daughter somewhat, so let's go in for a 3-point attack to 11. 2 consequential damage for Odin. A 2 damage attack from Nick Fury, taking her to 9. I'll come in for a mighty 1 as well. So that's dealt with the extra health that she gets from the side schemes being in the victory display. So there's that. I've got 2 cards left in my hand. I'm going to spend 1 with the Karmic Staff and 1 with Gamora for a summoning spell. Discard cards until I hit an ally. There, Brother Voodoo comes back. He's back from the dead. So yeah, I like that. And he has, after he enters the play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add it to your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put Concussive Blow into my hand. The rest gets shuffled back in. This deck's insane. It's absolutely insane. And Brother Voodoo's going to get his revenge by swinging for 1 into Hela for another point for taking her to 7. Then I'm going to end my turn. This deck is nuts. Absolutely nuts. If you're struggling with Adam Warlock like I was, build this deck. It is bonkers. 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Okay, it's the villain phase. She's going to get 2 threat. She's going to attack. I will defend with Nick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nick is well and truly done for. An encounter card here, and then I've got 3 this turn. The first one is Assault. The villain attacks me. I'm going to defend with Brother Voodoo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Scourge should not be in there. 6 and 2 threat on the main scheme. Defeated an ally, Hela's Domain. So 8 to 10. Brother Voodoo goes down. So that was the assault. The next one is Ways of Niflheim. Take 1 indirect damage, take an additional 1 indirect damage for each side scheme in the victory display. It's going to be 4 indirect damage, so that puts me on 7. And then the last card is the Legions of Hell. That's the one where we get an additional 2 threat for each undead minion in play. There's none, so it gains Surge into a scheme. So, this could be bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got 1 scheme of 4. That was lucky. That was lucky. She's on 14. She nearly schemed me out there. All right, we better kill her then, haven't we? Can we do it? I think we can. Right, start off with, let's... I think we just, no, I can just kill her with what I've got in my hand and what's on the board, so let's not mess about. Power of Justice for 2 towards a Justice, and I'll physical for an attack, which is going to be Concussive Blow. Confuse her. It doesn't confuse her because she's stalwart, but it does do 3 damage to her. Putting her on 4. Odin will go and punch again for another 3. And then Adam Warlock will finish her off. That was insane. Second time I played this deck. This deck is crazy good. I mean, crazy good. There's a lot to think about. It's quite difficult to pilot, but it's so good. It's got answers to literally nearly anything. Like, there was points in that game where I was really low on health. I just flipped back, heal to max with Soul World. You've got all the recursion with the quantum magic. You know, it was a challenging game. Still, it was still hard, but I managed to come back very quickly. It's good at dealing damage, good at dealing threat, removing threat. It's just really, really good. It's got lots of allies, good allies as well that give you massive card advantage. Definitely worth playing. And I've beaten Hela, which I'm very, very, very happy about. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not going to ramble on much more now, but we will be back with some more different games on the Energon Hustlers very soon. Bye-bye for now.